What if I told you that one war exposed the weakness of entire empires, changed modern warfare forever, and turned a simple religious dispute into one of the deadliest conflicts of the 19th century? And why did thousands of soldiers die in freezing trenches far from home on the cold lands of Crimea? In the early 1850s, tensions between the powerful Russian Empire and the weakening Ottoman Empire were already growing dangerously because Russia wanted more influence over Ottoman territories and access to important trade routes and warm water ports, while European powers like Britain and France feared that Russian expansion would completely upset the balance of power in Europe. And the situation exploded after disputes over Christian holy sites in the Ottoman-controlled region of Jerusalem became political and military tensions. And soon, diplomacy failed, alliances formed, and Europe moved toward war. And when Russian forces attacked Ottoman territories, Britain and France joined the conflict to stop Russia's growing power, leading armies and massive naval fleets toward Crimea, where one brutal siege would define the entire war. And the first lesson from this story is clear. When political rivalry, pride, and fear combine, even small disputes can grow into devastating international wars.
As the Crimean War intensified, Allied forces from Britain, France, and the Ottoman Empire landed on the Crimean Peninsula and marched toward the heavily defended Russian naval base of Sevastopol. And what followed became one of the most brutal and disorganized wars of the century, because soldiers faced not only enemy fire, but freezing winters, disease, starvation, mud-filled trenches, and catastrophic supply failures. And one major turning point came during the Battle of Balaclava, where the famous Charge of the Light Brigade occurred, a disastrous cavalry assault caused by confusion and poor communication, sending British cavalry directly into deadly Russian artillery fire. And although the charge became legendary for bravery, it also exposed terrible leadership mistakes. While another important battle at Increment turned into chaotic close combat fought in thick fog and mud. And throughout the war, modern technologies such as railways, telegraphs, steam-powered ships, and war journalism began changing how wars were fought and reported, making the Crimean War one of the first modern media-covered conflicts in history. And the educational lesson here is powerful. Courage alone cannot win wars if leadership, logistics, and communication fail.
After years of brutal fighting, endless siege warfare, and massive casualties caused by battle, disease, and starvation, the Russian defense of Sevastopol finally collapsed, forcing Russia into negotiations, and the war ended with the Treaty of Paris in 1856, limiting Russian influence in the Black Sea and temporarily preserving the balance of power in Europe. But the real impact of the Crimean War went far beyond the battlefield, because the conflict exposed outdated military systems, poor medical care, weak supply organization, and the terrible human cost of industrial-era warfare. While figures like Florence Nightingale transformed modern nursing by improving hospital sanitation and treatment for wounded soldiers. And across Europe, governments realized they needed military reform, modernization, and better leadership to survive future wars. And the deeper lesson from the Crimean War remains important today. Even powerful empires can suffer humiliation when arrogance, poor planning, and outdated systems prevent them from adapting to a changing world.